Hey,
Hey,
how are you, Michelle?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I think so. I think I'm pretty good. I I've been kind of running around a lot cuz I am going on a trip.
Yeah.
I'm going to Michigan, Michigan. Is that how you weebs would say it? Would they say Michigan?
Yeah, pretty much. Sounds about right.
Perfect. That's perfect. Oh, look. We already have chats. So today's question, which we're trying out because last week we accidentally had a question and people really enjoyed answering, is today's question is where are you going? Have anywhere you want to go this year? You know, a trip, a vacation, a work thing, whatever. Jason Michael Williard commented and said, "What's up, Chips and Michelle?" He's referring to my character in A Bulldog for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and I mean, there are worse nicknames to have. So
Yeah.
I wish I could remember where I came up with the name Chips for that movie. I don't know why I was just like, I'll call him Chips, and he likes to eat chips. Maybe it's because I like to eat chips. I do like to eat chips.
Yeah.
And oh no, David DeNoyer's in here says I want to go to Jurassic Park. I mean, what could go wrong? You know, like what could go wrong at this point?
Yeah, I mean, there's no dinosaurs there, so.
There's no dinos, so you'll probably be fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason, well, first of all, we got to check in on the doggo cam. I almost forgot the most important thing. So look at him. He's sleeping like a sleek boy.
Aww.
So doggo cam has pretty much just become Chicano cam because Henwolf won't lay on the couch while I'm making a racket in the office. She'll decide to lay near the office.
Mm-hmm.
But Chicano, that couch is his. That's his favorite place on the entire planet. He's always on that couch unless he's doing something else.
Can you get another phone and then also have one on Henville so we can see what she's doing?
It's a little oh look at him. It's a little harder because Henwolf, like, I guess I just have to point a camera at the hallway so you can kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
catch where she is. Uh, oh, he's so cute. For some reason, the dogs got it in their minds that we were going somewhere when I was just getting ready for the stream, so they started like dancing around and getting all excited. Uh, Jason Michael Williard said, "I want to go to where everybody knows my name." Then they're always glad to know. They're always glad you came. But what would a
Yeah.
place like that be? Where
Uh,
everybody knows. Did you ever watch Cheers, Michelle?
like a little bit. Um, but I think that place sounds mythical. Nobody wants me in there.
Well, you're definitely like a definitive, I don't want to be a member of any group that would have me as a as a part of it kind of person. But Cheers is one of those shows kind of like Seinfeld that I
Hmm.
really really didn't get it when I was a kid. And
Okay.
now I really I won't go crazy. I won't say I really like Cheers, but I like Cheers.
Hmm.
Um I haven't watched enough of it to like be hugely invested, but it's a show with like a bunch of likable people who all come together to relax and unwind from their day.
Yeah.
And that's like the whole purpose of the show, and they have problems and they're there for each other. It's about, family, about extending your family socially.
Hmm.
And that is a message that a story that I could see myself getting invested in as a soft boy adult, because I'm a very soft boy. So, um, so yeah. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Anybody who's watching live right now, where are you going this year? Especially since the last 2 years have been, for most of us, relatively minimal in travel. I mean, a few people have gone on a little vacation. I went on one big trip last year, and I actually went to see Michelle in person.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
Jason Michael Williard on Facebook said, "Okay, got to get back to work. Just stop by to say hi." Well, thank you for stopping by, man. I hope you take care and try and stay out of Facebook jail. I saw your post. You were in Facebook jail. You weren't in Facebook jail for sharing dank memes like I was. And the best part about my Facebook jail is that I was in Facebook jail so that I couldn't live stream right when we decided to turn this show into a live stream show. So it was
Yeah.
really a very like a perfect storm of damn it.
Hmm.
So, but so I am going to Michigan tomorrow morning. I'm driving
Yeah.
5.5 hours north of here to a place where it is on average 8 degrees colder. That's on
Pretty cool.
average. That's pretty cold. Today when I woke up, it was 6 degrees outside.
Yeah, that's really cold. Yeah.
I woke up and I was like, I was smart. As much as I like a colder house, like a chilly house, I decided that the best thing was to I usually keep my heater at like 62 while I'm sleeping. I
Yeah.
turned it to 65
That's
because
probably
it's
a
like,
good idea.
it's so cold outside, the house needs a little extra oomph, you know?
Yeah.
I've never, knocking on wood, I've never had a pipe freeze in this house. But you've been to my house. You know, my house is very, like, the water is all central.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right in, the bathroom and the kitchen are on opposite sides of each other.
Right.
So most of nothing is like on an exterior wall entirely. So, Zip Hansel, welcome to the chat, man. Glad to see you again. He said 7 degrees here. Aren't you in Cincinnati? Is Cincinnati colder right now than Dayton? There has been a weird thing going on where it's been snowier and colder south of me instead of north of me, which is really
Yeah,
weird. I think
that's been
Zip is in
happening.
Cincy.
Yeah, that's been happening to us too. Like my dad got snow in Virginia and I didn't get snow.
You feel ripped off. You start to feel ripped
Yeah.
off. So, yeah, so I am doing what is obviously the setup of a horror movie. I am driving up to Michigan, 5.5 hours from home, to stay in a secluded house in the cold, in the snow, and write a script for 5 days.
Yeah.
And believe you me, I haven't talked about this super duper publicly. I mostly talk about this on my Patreon because that's where I kind of like share like really personal, hey, I'm doing this or whatever. But I also share it here because, this is, well, frankly, we have to talk. So, so I might as well talk about what's going on in my life. And I'm angry, Michelle. I'm going to talk about what has me angry a little later in the program.
Okay.
But I am angry. It's not for the reasons you think.
It's no angry reason.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, this is the kind of anger that I can absolutely talk about on the show, so I saved it for the show to tell you about it. Instead, if I call you to vent on show day, it's because it's something I'm like, no one wants to hear this, or like everything I have to say is so half cocked. I only want you to hear this because I'm not sure that I actually feel this way yet. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you're my safe space, Michelle. I don't know if you realize
Aw.
that. You are though. Because I know you're not going to judge me if I have a a halfway convoluted idea.
Am I a good safe space? Do I do a good job?
Yeah. No, the only time I worry that is when I get insecure myself, because I will often. It's a little bit more involved for me to think I'm annoying you because you've put up with you've been a good friend to me for, see what I mean though? I'm doing it right now. I'm like changing it to try and make it sound whatever. No, you don't just put up with me. You're a good friend to me and you've always been a good listener and stuff. So it's a little less common that I'll be like, oh God, I'm just driving Michelle crazy than other friends. Other friends, I'll be positive I'm driving them crazy immediately. So, but every now and then, like if I get really on a tear, like I did earlier on the phone with you, I'll get on a tear, I'll get really upset. And then the first thing I want to do is apologize because I'm like, I'm so sorry that I expressed my opinion. And usually the response is just, it's fine. Everything's fine. And I'm like, okay, you're sure I wasn't just a bad person forever?
Yeah, no, that's...
So anyway, I'm going up to Michigan. The folks on Patreon immediately commented, we're like, oh, so you're going to go up there and go insane, huh? And I was like,
yeah, pretty much.
Well, it's a 7-day trip. I'll be up for 5 writing. And then the 6th and 7th days, those are going to be like vacation time. I'm going to go on a hike in the snow. If it's snowy enough and if everything links up perfectly, I'm going to rent a snowmobile. But I'm just going to play that by ear. It's okay. Because it's like, I really want to rent a snowmobile, but if the weather's not perfect or the snowmobile company is somehow out of snowmobiles in the middle of the week, which is super unusual and not common. The reviews of the snowmobile company said that like almost everybody who reviewed the place said they just showed up and got one. So, but I've always wanted to rent a snowmobile. So, but I'm also like, I don't need to put like another $300 on my credit card. But at the same time, like, when is this going to happen again?
Can you just buy a snowmobile and ride it around your neighborhood when it snows?
So we've talked about this, not you and I, but I've talked about this with some people. I've joked about that. I'm like, I want to just get a snowmobile, and literally I told this to my friend Matt, and he was like, well, we don't generally get enough snow for a snowmobile very often. I'm like, yeah, but when we get a big blizzard, I'm just ripping through the neighborhood. You guys thought you were so smart. Like, I just made $380 on DoorDash. Suck it.
That would be awesome.
That's like the people who have like boats and kayaks when there's a flood. How they're just like,
yeah,
good thing I was ready, children. Like. No, I looked into how much they cost just because I was like, what if they're like $600?
Mm-hmm.
Just in case. Because if they're $600, it's like maybe I should just buy one. I mean, where would I keep it? I don't know. I mean, I guess
put it in your shed. Put it in your shed.
My shed is not full. I could probably but also it's funny. I was just thinking. I was like, I can't just leave it outside. Actually, you kind of can. It's meant to be cold. You would just want to cover it with a tarp. Wrap it up real nice. Why'd your eyes get really wide?
Because my phone is ringing, but it's just a random 609 number, so I'm hanging up on it.
David Denoyer makes a good point. The Snowmobile Doordash only works with a cigar while you ride. Yeah, just a big stogie in your mouth.
No, because it's too cold out for that. You have to be totally bundled up. It's like a blizzard, and you're like, I gotta get this person their popcorn, and then you bring them their popcorn.
No, because I actually have this fake cigar. Yeah. It's a vape cigar, but with no nicotine in it. I bought one of these because I thought it would be funny, and it is kind of funny. And you're around, what are you doing? Using wheels, dicks? Well, it does not. It just tastes kind of funky. Anyway. Well, there's a reason it just sits on my desk until just now I had the reason to pull it out. Mm-hmm. That's Dave's favorite thing when we're watching like a cheesy movie and I make like a snide comment. He's just always like, I just want to imagine you just happen to also be sitting in the corner smoking a stogie, just going like, I don't know about all that, you idiots. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go up there for 5 days of writing and 2 days of fun. I just bought all the groceries because I had to make a quick run to the grocery store to get milk and Bizquick, although it isn't Bizquick, it's Jiffy, the Jiffy version of Bizquick.
Okay.
Because
that's good.
Oh yeah, no, it's totally fine. We just don't have Bizquick. We have the bottles of Bizquick ready pancakes where you just pour them and they're already pancakes, which doesn't sound very appealing because what is it? Like, is there egg in it? How does that work?
There should be egg in it.
But then it's shelf stable. Well, how does that work?
I don't know.
I'm asking you, Michelle, figure it out.
Maybe there's I don't know, like tapioca starch. I don't know. What do you put that you could use as an egg substitute that could be shelf stable?
Okay, let's see if we can find this out.
Banana, chickpea, water.
I've made banana cakes. They're pretty good, but they are not pancakes. They do not taste like pancakes. They're different. They're good though.
Good. Yeah, the internet or NPR told me that I could use chickpea water, like the water that comes in a can of chickpeas, as an egg substitute.
Yeah, those people are liars.
No, I think they're telling the truth. Maybe. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what they called it. I'm just gonna call it Bizquick Instant and see if maybe. Oh, there it is. Bizquick Shake and Pour. Here, I'll bring this up so we can see. Bizquick Shake and Pour. You seeing that?
Yeah. What's in it?
No one knows.
They must tell you on the bottle, or.
It looks like the image is frozen. Is the screen moving for you?
No.
Or is it just a freeze frame?
It's just a freeze frame.
Oh, I see. I know why. Because it opened it in a different. It's connected to the tab, not to the screen. There we go. All right. Cool. So, let's see if it says what's in it.
It should say.
Ingredients. Let me zoom in. Enriched flour, bleached, which is wheat flour, malted barley flour, niacin, iron, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, and folic acid. Sugar, defatted soy flour, leavening, palm oil, dextrose, buttermilk, salt, egg yolk with sodium silocalamate, egg white, and datum.
Wait, when you open it, you have to put it in the refrigerator, right?
I would assume you have to refrigerate after
Okay.
opening.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, there's totally eggs in there. That makes
It'd be
sense.
really weird if you didn't. But I decided, instead of buying that, I decided to go with just traditional since I already have a ton of eggs.
Mm-hmm.
All I needed was milk and the Bisquick, and I got a little bottle of Vermont maple syrup.
Oh, good.
Like the good, not the good stuff, because at the store they don't sell the good stuff.
No.
Are you with me on the grade B? Are you a grade B person?
I have absolutely no opinion on maple syrup, except that I only buy actual maple syrup, not like sugar. But
Aunt Jemima maple syrup, because
yeah.
you're better than the proletariat.
I just don't know why I would buy sugar water if I already have sugar and
Literally,
water.
one of my favorite products is sugar water that they just replaced the sugar with sucralose or aspartame. I bought 48 cans of soda to go with me on this trip just to be safe. I
That's
don't
a lot.
I don't know for sure that I'll drink them all, but I might drink them all.
But won't you be too cold to drink soda?
Well, I got to remember to pack tea. See, that's why I keep you around.
Can you heat up the soda and then
I'm
drink it?
I mean, all things are possible. Zip Hansel said Myers used to have something called Batter Blaster. It looked like a can of whipped cream. Ooh,
Cool.
pancake. I know you haven't seen this movie. There's a movie called Pieces of April. It's a Thanksgiving movie. You would probably really like it, by the way. But it's about a girl who's she's the oldest and she's kind of the screw up of the family, and her mother has cancer and she's like super, super sick. And they decide to come to her like bohemian New York City cheap apartment for Thanksgiving dinner. And she doesn't really know how to cook everything. And she's like panicking. And luckily some of her neighbors are really nice and helpful.
Oh.
And at one point, when she's trying to, this nice family downstairs, they're letting her use their oven for half of the cooking time because they need it for the other half for their own dinner. But they're like, if you can find another oven in the 2 hours that you're using ours, you can switch, you know? And, and at one point though, she says like, I'm the first pancake. And the mother's like, what do you mean? And the husband just leans in and goes, first pancake is the one you mess up.
Yeah, yeah.
So I always like that. Wait, David said, I just have pancake in a cup.
LOL.
LOL, lol. What is pancake in a cup? I did see. So I don't eat pancakes very often at all, which is, I'm sure, shocking to everyone because I'm a lot of people, and this happens a lot of people have a lot of misgivings about me. A lot of people think I'm a lumberjack. I don't know why. I think it's because I just exude like such masculinity. They're just like, oh, that man chops down trees with his own 2 hands every day. And I appreciate the compliment. You know, I am very masculine, but what?
Do people really think you're a lumberjack,
That's
though?
never happened in my entire
Okay.
life. Even when I posted those pictures where I dressed like a lumberjack, people were like, "Oh, do you program trees?" Damn it. But no, so I don't make a lot of pancakes anyhow. It is what it is. I don't do that a lot. But I noticed that there are a lot of like alternative pancakes at the grocery store. Especially like super high protein pancakes,
Oh, yeah.
and then also some vegan-ish pancakes, but mostly super high protein ones.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry Roth said you should pick up Water Joe, caffeinated water. I mean, you're not wrong. Oh no. Oh, I think I saw those at the grocery store today. David said pancake in a cup is a 90-second instant breakfast that literally is pancake batter in a cup. Add hot water, stir, and let it sit a few, and pancake in a cup. It ends with and pancake in a cup. I like that. I like that because you know what? You could call it pancake in a cup, or you could just call it like give up.
Aww.
Have you ever cooked eggs in the microwave, Michelle?
Like once.
Well, let me refer to this and then I'll get back to grilling you on that. Jerry Roth said, I prefer waffles due to having syrup traps.
Yeah.
I am a big waffle person. And you know what the thing people don't tell you? This is my life hack about waffles. If you want more waffles in your life, you know where you can get a waffle iron really cheap? Like any thrift store. every time I'm at a thrift store, it's like $4 waffle iron, $2 waffle iron.
That's because as much as waffles are tasty and I prefer them to pancakes, I don't like cleaning waffle
Me
irons.
neither.
So I can understand people like being like, ah, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Just take it.
Rachel is a waffle connoisseur. She loves waffles. I actually bought her. I don't remember if I bought her a waffle iron or if I just pointed out there was a $4 waffle iron at the store we were at. Either way, I helped her in achieving her waffle iron life. She's made waffles like once.
I hate making waffles, but I like waffles.
But I mean, do you like Eggo waffles?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good. When I was a kid, I looked forward to Eggo waffles. You know what? They used to have an Eggo waffle that had a Batman bat in the middle because it was promoting Batman.
Mhm.
And I used to save the little bat for last when I would eat the waffles.
Aw,
I would like wipe the little
yeah.
bat in the, I'm baby. I am baby. David Denoyer said, I specialize in give up foods. So, there's this movie called Primordial. I can't remember if you ever saw Primordial. It was directed by Eric Whiting. And you should watch that. You'd probably like
I
it.
don't think I've seen it. Yeah.
You'd probably like it. It's on Tubi.
Oh, I
So,
should just
so
watch it.
yeah, you should watch it. Oh, that's your phone buzzing, isn't it?
No, that's my hot water heater.
Oh, now that it's consistently buzzing, I get it. Okay. So, it's all I can hear now.
Yeah,
Like-
and also I just want to make note, it's not a hot water heater. It's just a water heater.
A water heater?
I'm embarrassed that I said
A
hot
water
in
heater?
front of it.
Well, sometimes the water is already slightly warm and then it warms it even more.
Yeah, but it's just a water heater. Like you don't have to say
A water
it's
heater, yeah.
a hot water heater. What else are we warming? Like no.
Water heater.
Bad. Michelle.
Jerry Roth said, best waffle I had was in Disney World. The Belgian waffle was shaped like Mickey Mouse and had an apple cinnamon flavor. That sounds, apple cinnamon waffles are good. I also really like French toast.
French toast is good, and I find it not annoying to make either. So.
That's why I picked up okay, let's break down what I'm intending to eat on the trip, right? Because I've never been on a trip away from home to one place for 7 days straight.
Wow.
That's a long time to be away. Now, I've been away from home in one place for work. Like I've went and shot a movie and had to stay in a place for 7, 8 days, 9 days, whatever. I've done that. And like that time I hung out with you and your family and I was on my way back from Montreal. I'd been in Montreal for 4 days. That whole trip ended up being like 9 days long. I remember because when I got to your mom's house, she was like, if there's anything you need, let me know. And I literally went, do you have nail clippers? And she was like, of course I have nail clippers. And I was like, oh my God. It was so relieving. I was like, oh, I forgot about the part where my nails would grow the whole 10 days I was away. That was so nice having like nice nails again. When they get too long, they bother me.
I understand.
But they have to be pretty long to start annoying me. So anyway, but I've never went to a place just for myself. Now, granted, this is still for work, but it's just like I planned it. I have to prepare all the food. I have to do all that stuff. So, yeah. Hold on. David Denoyer said something that's probably awful. Like the start of quarantine, I made a spaghetti taco by simply cooking a banquet TV dinner spaghetti and then dumped the contents into a tortilla, added cheese, and voila, spaghetti taco. Follow me for giving up recipes.
I mean, that's pretty resourceful. I wouldn't have thought to make a frozen dinner and then put it. Like
The saddest thing about that, in all sincerity, the saddest thing about that, so sad, is that he kept that a secret from me because I didn't know about it. He was like, I don't want anybody to know about that. I don't want Henrique to know about that. We like chat every day. He's like, no, I can't let him know about that. Like, this is too much.
Maybe it was just not a big enough deal.
Oh, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. Oh, so before I go back to the food that I'm taking, in the movie Primordial, Eric had a character who was supposed to be basically like giving up on life, like just miserable and poor and depressed. And he surrounded her with Dinty Moore, like empty Dinty Moore boxes and stuff, because one time when he and I were shopping for groceries, he was buying Dinty Moore stews. And I was like, Eric, I first discovered the Dinty Moore stew when I lived in New Jersey and I was like 18 years old and poor. And they taste like you are just a failure. That's what they taste like. They taste like you deserve, like, if you're going to buy a microwave dinner, you deserve a microwave dinner that is not shelf stable. All of you out there need to know this. You deserve a microwave dinner that could spoil. You deserve that good of a thing in your life.
Yeah.
Like, these are literally like, it's like a little TV dinner, but it just sits on a tray. Like, it just sits on the shelf. You know, you work in grocery stores. You've probably seen those before. They're very sad.
They are.
Very, very sad. So the first thing Eric did when the character was supposed to be sad is he just bought a bunch of those and ate them because he would never waste food, which is good. He ate them and then just left the empties all over the house to like decorate the scenes. And I remember that very clearly. Oh, Jerry just came with a smackdown on David. He said, "We eat healthy choice."
Huh.
Ha ha ha. From now on, Michelle, you're allowed to read the laughing and LOLs and stuff.
Okay.
I'll read the words, you read the emotion.
Awesome.
So, hold on. We got to go to a doggo cam update because he is cute sleeping something fierce. Look at that little boy. Look how cute he is.
He's there.
His little tummy's moving slow. His ears are twitching. He's probably dreaming, or he can hear me talking. Either one. Oh, he twitched. This could be the entire show. We could just watch a sleeping dog for like the entire show. Yeah.
Let's do that.
You know, we should do that to like raise money for charity or something. Like, we're going to watch a sleeping dog, and every $50 we raise, we'll do another half an hour of watching the sleeping dog. But we'll start with 2 hours. That's already a given, you know, to raise money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, he's so cute. All right, back to anyway. So, I'm going to miss my dogs so much. I can't bring them with me, unfortunately. And it would not be a good idea to bring the dogs all the way up there, and because I need like zero distraction. I'm going to a place with no internet, and I have to bring my own television set because there's no television set there. So that's why people are like, "Oh, how quickly will you go insane?" I actually put a little, not a poll, but a little question up on Patreon where I was like, "How many days?" And then I put in parentheses, "really hours. Do you think it'll take for me to go insane?" So I have 12.5 eggs. I have a loaf of bread. Technically a loaf and a half because I have some left over from last week. So I have like a loaf and a half of bread. I have some tortilla. I have some shredded cheese, some American cheese, and then a lot of canned soup, like different kinds, some chicken, some tomato-based, some beef-based, you know, like a bunch of different soup, canned soup, and then a couple packs of bacon because I feel like bacon and eggs or bacon and pancakes or whatever is like the best. It's super cold out, you know, way to start your morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that would be the way to go. I always imagined if I ever got like a house in the middle of nowhere, that in the winter I would just, you know, wake up in my long underwear and start making flapjacks on the wood stove and, you know, just be real rustic and angry and, you know, talking about the government all the time. Yeah. But no, so that's the stuff I already had. And then tons of soda pop, a couple of Red Bulls just in case I needed caffeine. And I actually think I'm going to make Jerry, you don't need to explain to me what quesadillas are. Jerry said instead of grilled cheese, we make quesadillas, as it's kind of the same thing. It is, though. That's why I got tortilla and I got bread, because I figure, you know, when I feel like white boy snack, I have grilled cheeses, which go great with the tomato-based soups, too. And then for everything else, I can make quesadillas, and I can also make breakfast quesadillas. I can make regular quesadillas. I can make breakfast burritos. I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want.
Also, I make quesadillas too.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
They're so good.
I think we talked about this because like last year or the year before, I was like, oh my God, I can make a quesadilla. It's just like a grilled cheese.
Oh, I remember that.
Really
and I was like, what is wrong with you? I mean, quesadillas are Mexican grilled cheese. There's no denying that. At least the traditional standard cheese quesadilla. That is 100% a grilled cheese. Everything else is kind of a melt. I enjoy quesadillas quite a bit, but I also, my mom was a big grilled cheese maker when I was a kid. So, and then one of the first things I learned to make as a kid was boxed macaroni and cheese, grilled cheese, and ramen. So I have like a little like spot in my soul of comfort from those foods.
Yeah.
You know, even when I ate so much ramen when I was 18 that it literally made me sick of ramen, I still like get a craving every now and then where I'm like, I kind of want just a brick of ramen. Delicious. But no, so that's why after what I told you about is my grocery list, that's why I decided at the last minute, I was like, if I just buy Bisquick and milk and maple syrup, I can make French toast. I can make pancakes. It'll kind of, and it was like $9 more. So I can have all the extra stuff. So David Denoyer said, by the way, Hen, when we were watching Speed last night, that's right, David and I kicked back and we watched the classic Keanu Reeves action movie Speed. And it holds up. It's a good flick. But he said, when we were watching Speed last night, I said how the score sounded similar to another movie. It's Mark Mancina, the composer who also did Twister and Con Air. Nice. That makes sense.
Good job.
Con Air is awesome. Jerry says, first thing I ever learned to make was salsa at the age of 7. Nice. I learned to make guacamole when I was maybe about that age or a little bit younger. I was taught how to make guacamole because it was a hit. It was alien to everybody too. That was the best part. People were like, what the hell is this green goop? And little did they know they were going to be in love with it in less than 10 years. I remember eating guacamole on the stoop of my townhouse with my mom, and a neighbor walking by and going, "Oh, what is that?" Because it was just a big plate of green mush. You gotta remember, this is like 1990 in Ohio.
Yeah.
And I love. Oh, sorry, you're gonna say something?
No.
Oh,
It's okay.
I was gonna say I love Ohio. I don't think that we're very small-minded people, but there was not a lot of Mexican influence in 1990 in Ohio. That's all there is to it. So people would just be like, "What is that?" They knew what tacos were. They knew what burritos were and nachos were, but some of the more in-depth stuff, they were just kind of like, "What the?" Also, I learned how to make hot sauce when I was a kid. I wish I remembered the recipe because Rick had like a hot sauce he made, but it was too hot for me to eat as a kid because he used it to get me to stop sucking my thumb. He put the hot sauce all over my thumb. and he'd be like, I'd leave the room and be like, don't let me hear that sink. There's the right way and then there's the Mexican way, which is even more righter. David Denoyer said, when I was young, I once made Easy Mac. And man, you're so young. You had Easy Mac when you were a kid. I remember when they introduced Easy Mac. I was in high school or middle school. I think it was high school.
Yeah.
Must have been nice to have Easy Mac instead of Kids Cuisine, which was what I had if I wanted an instant meal. When I was young, I once made Easy Mac in the microwave, but forgot the water. I was told I lost microwave privileges after Mom stopped coughing from the smoke.
Adding water makes it a lot less easy. I don't know.
That is the most Dave story Dave has ever told me. I feel like that was excellent. Jerry Roth said, I made some salsa and was so excited to take it to a community theater party, tripped on the sidewalk and it went all over the ground.
Oh, no.
So did you just gather it all back up into the bowl? And when people said like, this tastes a little funny, it's rustic. Or I'm sorry, it's rustic. Rustic. What was the first thing you learned to cook, Michelle?
Nobody knows. I really don't actually know. I used to help my mom cook all the time. So I don't know.
That may be the big difference too. You had a stay-at-home mom, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I did not. I think you cooked a lot more, obviously, if you didn't have a stay-at-home mom, because you'd have to, and I became, because of dropping out of high school at 16, I became like a connoisseur of cooking eggs and microwavable meals because every lunch was up to me, always, because I was just home working on my stupid movies. Luckily, that never went anywhere. Jerry said, nah, I was 7 and Mom and Dad bought a can of paste picante sauce and said I made it. New York City!
Oh, LOL. Sorry.
Thank you. Jeez. Those are good parents, though. So one time, we were asked to bring food to, I think it was my 5th grade or 4th grade class. And I wanted to bring nachos because I'd grown up with nachos being a big like party thing. If you were having a bunch of people over, you made nachos. And of course, Rick could make incredible nachos. Why wouldn't he be able to? But this was at this point, yeah, it was like 4th grade, 5th grade. Rick was no longer living with us. But my mom still cooked some of his recipes. And I told Mom, I was like, I want you to make the spiciest nachos on earth. And my mother is amazing. So my mom had this idea. So it was, nachos on a tray with refried beans on top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Refried beans on top, and then cheese, and then she put jalapenos on top, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not where the evil is, because Mom took all of the juice from the jalapenos and put it in the refried beans and stirred it up. So
okay.
if you picked the jalapenos off, you would be like, "Oh, okay, no spicy for me." And it was so funny because like no one would touch it, and I was just like horking it down the whole class. I was just like, "Oh, you're so good. We can do this more often, guys." Just tears and snot just pouring down my face. Which, by the way, is the only good way to enjoy anything. Oh, here's a comment just for Michelle to read.
Oh, like the laughy cry smiley face thing, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 times.
And that's from Katie Wolf. Katie, I hope you're doing very well today. So yeah, we burned the kids and the teacher. The teacher, I remember going, "Woo, woo," when they took a bite of them, and I just shrugged.
Yeah.
I didn't like the other kids very much.
I know.
I mean, I guess they didn't like me to start, but whatevs. Jerry Roth commented, "My mother-in-law made goulash and my wife thought it was spicy. Turns out she used a bunch of chili powder instead of garlic powder." Okay, number 1, that'll do it. But number 2, that sounds great. That sounds really good goulash, but with chili powder? That sounds so good.
But they don't even look similar, though.
Yeah, they don't at all look similar.
Yeah.
Chili powder is like red and like painfully fragrant, and garlic powder is white and smells like garlic.
Yes.
But things happen. I think she was just doing it on purpose. My favorite. Speaking of chili powder, so ever talk about I love how this week we're just talking about food again. My Aunt Betty was legendary for her chicken and dumplings, but there was another thing she was legendary for, and that was her meat sauce for pasta.
Ooh.
She would make this really tasty meat sauce for pasta. And it was like super, super meaty. And my mouth's watering thinking about it. Because every now and then when I was, not even when I was a kid, but like in my mid-20s, every now and then she'd text me and be like, "I made a whole lot of spaghetti. You want some?" Or well, she would say, "I made a whole lot of sauce." Because she would give you the sauce. She'd be like, "You got your own spaghetti at home."
Yeah.
But what she would do is she would make the spaghetti and eat it and like share it. And then on like the second day when she was tired of it, or the third day or whatever, when she was tired of it, she would take the sauce and just add chili powder, and now it's chili.
There you go.
It's kind of genius.
Mm-hmm.
So she would add that, and she would add beans, and she would like, now it's chili, and then she'd like eat it with a saltine. And I remember sometimes going over to her place because she'd be like, "I got chili, Rick," and I'd be like, "Oh man, I'm coming over." And I'd come over to Betty's house, and she would just be like sweating, and she'd be like, "Go eat, slow down on that stuff, because it's I put a little bit too much of that chili powder in there." And I was like, "Oh yeah." Katie Wolf said, "Add a picture of chili powder to a chocolate cake." I think she meant a pinch. That sounds good. That sounds really good. Rachel and I are currently working on a master recipe to win a chili cook-off.
Right. Yeah.
I had a genius idea. Coffee chili.
That's like just as coffee beans instead of regular beans.
That's the best guess possible. Coffee beans instead of regular beans. No, it's just like a little bit of coffee infusion, kind of like how they use chocolate to infuse. Yeah. And it turns out, it's a thing out there.
Damn.
So, well, no, I just thought of it. So I Googled it and I was like, okay, so that's a thing. So maybe we can use it to like up the chili a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Jerry, come on. He said, "You prefer turkey, beef, or chicken chili?" Well, I'm going to say, like, what are you even talking about? Beef is the only chili. Well, okay, I'll postulate it or put it better than that. I believe that beef chili and vegetarian chili are better chili than like a turkey or a chicken chili. Like I would choose beef or vegetarian over chicken or turkey. I'm guessing your favorite chili is vegetarian chili
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you eat vegetarian food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like chili?
I do like chili. Yeah.
How do you make chili at home?
Yeah, I do.
Well, how do you make it? Share your secrets.
You put like spices in it and some chili powder. And there's also like sauce. And then you put beans in it.
So
Like it's
are beans like the main base instead of meat on that?
yeah,
Yeah.
because it gotta. But I also like will do the thing where I'm like, oh, what vegetables do I have? And I'll just put them in because you gotta use the vegetables.
So you're
So I
basically
have
making
to
like a
put that.
bean stew almost. But
Yeah, but it's
but
chili.
chili. Oh yeah. Of
Like I
course.
mean, it's flavored chili.
It's got chili flavoring.
Yeah,
It's chili like substance.
it's chili.
It's okay. It's like whenever I make soup and by the time it's over, it's like you made a stew. And I'm like, I was making soup. It's like, well, it's stew. And I'm like,
That's
God damn it.
it goes the other way for me. It's like you were trying to make curry. You made soup. Yay.
Jerry Roth said, I'm not a huge bean fan. I prefer vegan chili though. What is in vegan chili if not beans?
I assume some sort of fake meat substance.
I'm not a big fake meat. I would almost just rather eat plant than a fake meat.
I had some fake meatballs that were Wegmans brand, and they were like some of the worst anything I've ever had. And it was recently, and I had to eat all of them, and it was just really sad.
I did
They were,
enjoy my Impossible Whopper though. That was pretty good. So I'm sorry that the Wegmans chili or the Wegmans meatballs made you so sad.
they were like dry inside, but like I had them cooking in like tomato sauce. So I don't know how they were dry on the inside and hard.
I don't know. The world may never know. We should probably check on Doggo Cam real quick because look how cute. Look at he's a little angel. Oh, he's dreaming.
Oh, it's moving. You gotta go save him.
He's dreaming. We caught him moving. He's so cute. Are you looking at him? Are you looking at him? Look
I'm
at him,
looking
baby.
at
He's
him.
baby. Okay, we gotta stop looking at this. I'll do it all day. Jerry said Impossible brand is the way to go for a meat substitute if you can afford them.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave a good 4 months of being oddly intensely vegan, and I did not hate it, but I'd never used meat substitutes. I just was like, well, I eat, carrots and potatoes now. That is my life, and I did not hate that at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, my mom, when she'd make chili, her base was always V8. When she made chili or she made beef vegetable soup, she always used V8 as the base. It's a good base because it's like not only is it tasty, but it's like really healthy and it has lots of different vegetables in it.
Yeah.
So it's just really nice.
Yeah, and you can't drink it, so gotta do something else with it.
You can't drink V8?
No.
You don't like V8? V8's so
No,
good.
it's like soup. Like I don't want to drink soup out of a cup. Like I want to
You don't drink soup out of a cup?
No.
La-di-da, Madam
Like I
Kennedy.
use a spoon and like a bowl. I don't want to. I don't. That's how I feel about V8. I don't want to like. I don't know.
I love V8. A can of V8 makes me so happy. Just
Good.
and to just chug it down. It's so good, so tomatoey. I've liked V8 since I was a teenager, and everyone thought I was weird. Like I'd be hanging out with some friends, and we'd like stop at a gas station to grab like stuff, like snacks and drinks, and I'd always grab a can of V8, and people would be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I wish that I had that opportunity now, because like just like 4 years later, I would have been like, "All right, I just want a can of V8 and a can of sardines," and they'd be like, "What are you? Like, are you like a 55-year-old Greek man? What are you doing here?" So, anyway, well, Michelle, what have you been up to?
No.
Are you gonna try and go on a trip this year?
No, no.
No?
I mean, I'd like to, but let's face it, I'm not gonna go on a trip. I'm gonna just keep thinking about going on a trip and not go on a trip.
You should come and visit me. You still haven't met Henwolf and Chicano.
I know, I'd like to. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with home inspection. eh,
That's true.
So I don't know. So I have a feeling I'm gonna be like, I kind of want to do stuff, and then it's not gonna happen. But
I
we'll
think
see.
you're allowed to take days off.
No, not if you want to. Not if you want to make money and you want people to like you.
Now you sound like me, which is very worrisome. Very worrisome. Jerry Roth said, you also preferred the purple stuff over Sunny D, didn't ya? Michelle, your job.
Oh, I'm sorry. Colon and then a P.
Uh, I will say, very few things I loved as a kid are kind of gross now. Sunny Delight's one of them. I find Sunny Delight kind of gross now, but I loved it as a kid. So, were you a Tang person, Michelle?
No.
Oh, la-di-da, Madam Kennedy over here never drank powdered orange juice because she was so special she had real orange juice.
Yeah. But I think I feel like I've had the kind that comes in like the freezer, like
Oh, the
the
concentrate?
reconstituted one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had that. So,
I would just eat it with a spoon, just like out of the tube.
mm,
That sounds good.
it does sound good.
Follow me for more recipes. I I actually have loved Tang for a really long time, and lots of people don't love Tang, but I do. I remember when I first was a gym rat, like when I was first going to the gym 5 days a week and like lifting all the time, I had one of those shakers full of like the stuff people drank, and it was always full of Tang because I just like the
Oh,
way Tang tastes. And I remember the one time like lifting next to a guy, and he was like, "So what are you drinking with your workout?" And I just looked at him like and just smiled like Tang, and he was just like, "Sorry, I talked to you." And then, oh, you're weird. Okay. All right. But I have always liked Tang. You know, one of the reasons to like Tang though is it's 1/3 the sugar of orange juice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's not as high of a glycemic index. So it is a better morning drink than orange juice in that way.
Okay.
Unless you did like me and made it thick because you love that orange flavor. I used to when I was a kid, I used to put so much Tang in the cup I'd have to stir it right before I drank it because
Oh my God.
it was
Yeah.
settling because there was not enough space for the molecules.
Wow.
So I'd stir it real quick and then I'm like, ah, I know you don't like sour or happiness, but I do. So sorry that you hate joy.
It's okay.
So, but no, you haven't been up to anything this week? What have you been up to?
Going to work, like working on the comic.
You've made some really good progress. The comic's getting creepy.
Thanks. I'm trying really hard. It can't be creepy all the time, but hopefully it can be creepy enough
So what you're
some of the
saying
time.
is it's going to be creepy all the time.
Yeah.
All
No.
right.
No, I can't. No, I'm not that good at it. So
Well, see, I'm lucky. Like there are people who back your Patreon who get to see your comic early, and then there's me and probably like your mom who gets to
yeah,
see it
my
really
mom
early.
gets to see it when the chapters are done, because
Oh, she
I
doesn't
don't.
like to be on a cliffhanger?
Well, no, it's like I have to read it to her. So
Do you do
so
voices? Do you do voices?
no, I just
Oh.
do normal Michelle voice, but I like explain what's happening in all the panels. She
Okay.
doesn't really read comics, so she likes context. So I'll just wait until I'm done with the chapter and then I go, "Okay, I'll read it to you now."
Well, that's nice of you. You're a nice daughter. That's nice. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll go ahead and share what I'm mad about this week.
Okay.
I don't think I've told you about this. Did I tell you that I went outside to bring my trash in and discovered that they had not taken my trash?
No, not recently.
Yeah, my garbage can, I went to bring it in and it was still full.
Yeah.
So I'm pissed because I'm like, God damn it. Because we switched from Waste Management to Rumpke. And
But a
Rumpke's,
while ago, right?
yeah, a while ago. But Rumpke's fine. Like, there are things I like about Rumpke. Like, I've put furniture out and,
Mhm.
like, didn't call or write ahead or anything, and they just took it. Which is great because Waste Management wouldn't. They would, like, leave a little note on it that says, like, call this number to get this picked up.
Right, right, yeah.
That's awesome. But, like, if I leave a cardboard box in front of the recycling bin, they leave it. It's like, what the fuck do you think this is here for? It's here for you to recycle because it's paper.
Is it open? Is it like a is it have you collapsed it or is it like still in its
It's usually like either it's pretty much torn down already.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say they could say like, well, maybe this is a thing that you hold stuff in, and we gotta keep it for you.
So they just leave it. So then I have to, cram it into the bin next time.
Hmm.
So it's annoying, but they're fine generally. Generally, they're all right. But they didn't take my trash. I got really mad. There was one other time they didn't take my trash, and it turned out they missed my entire side of the street.
Yeah, I remember
And I
that.
had to tweet them
I
to get them
remember.
to fix it.
Yeah, yeah.
But this makes me mad. I have this weird thing where, like, one of the satisfying parts of the end of my week is when my bin is empty. I don't know why, but it, like, makes me feel happy.
Hmm.
So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Well, then 2 days later, the snow melts because it had snowed. And I found a notice near the trash bin was from Rumpke saying that the reason they didn't take my trash is it was obstructed by a car. Because my stupid neighbors across the street, who always have like 5 or 6 cars at their house, friggin' park on both sides of my driveway.
Hmm.
Like, just park on your side of the street, for God's sake.
But so does your garbage company? They have the trucks where there's like the lifty thing
Yeah.
arm and it takes it up. But they had the ability to get out of the truck and walk to your garbage can and put a note on it. Couldn't they have just moved it then?
I mean, I guess they could have. I don't know I wasn't there when they did it, but my point is, it was clearly they were obstructed by all these random cars who just like are always at my neighbor's house, who always park really close to my driveway.
Yeah.
And it makes me mad because I've tried talking to them about it, and they don't but I'll talk to like the 1 or 2 neighbors I know that live there, because like a bunch of people are constantly coming and going, and they won't even know whose car that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then with the goddamn bread truck they had, they were blocking my driveway for a day. So I finally had to call the police because I didn't know what to do. And all the cop did was go and ask them to move it. And they said, sure. And then they moved it 6 hours later.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to be that guy. I'm not generally that guy. But like sometimes when they're parked so close to my driveway, I struggle to get in. I want to just smash their windows. Like, I'm like, what can I do to make you understand this isn't okay since nobody cares?
I mean, you could go real close to them so you knock off their mirror.
I thought about just like just attaching that notice but I don't know what car did it, but there's a car parked there right now that would block garbage pickup if they came.
Yeah.
And it is really like pissing me off because it's like, guys, just don't be shit neighbors. Please. Just like literally the house next door to me on the left, no one lives there. Park in front of it if you're going to block the whole front of the place. No
Yeah.
one lives there. It's empty. Like, why do you have to fill up my side of the street on the side closest to my driveway? Why do you have to do that? And I hate it because I come off like a Karen, but like I'm tired of it. Also, sometimes people that come over there park in front of their house for like 10 or 15 minutes blaring hip hop music so that I can't record my podcast until they stop.
Yeah. I know what that's like.
But it's like, it's so loud I can hear it in my house. Like, clear.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's just like, do you need it to be that loud while you're sitting still? You're just waiting for someone, I guess.
Yeah, I always feel like if you stop, you should turn your music down. Just so that you're not annoying people.
I feel like you could have it at a relatively loud level and not be that loud.
But
Like,
it
I feel like it would be
feels
plenty
better.
loud. I hate it so much. And again, like I said, I don't want to be coming off like some like rah rah rah, like you don't do this. But like we're neighbors. We all live close to each other. Like, just try to be a little conscious of it. Like, it wouldn't be that hard. But they don't
Yeah.
care. Sorry.
No, I mean, this is all difficult for me because it's hard for me to like figure out like the layout of things where you are because I know what it's like, but like like I mean, I live in an area where cars are like constantly parked, like right next to my driveway and then on the other side too. So it's difficult. I mean, I know that like it's causing a unique problem where like you can't physically turn into your driveway. Um,
Or I have to like go all the way around the block so I can come in from the other side because there's
yeah,
no other way to get into my own driveway.
yeah.
It's like I live here by myself. I have one car in my driveway. Why is there nowhere to park in my entire street?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's because of them. And it's because one of the fucking people who lives there deals drugs. That's why there's a million cars there all the time.
Well, yeah. I mean, why would a car park somewhere for 10 minutes and not
Blaring
turn
hip
off
hop
their
music
car
too. That
and
doesn't
then
help.
leave? Yeah. That's actually surprising to me because the drug deals that I've witnessed at my neighbors' houses, they didn't blare music. They just
Well,
parked.
nobody gets in trouble for them here.
Oh.
So it doesn't matter. Like, what they're doing is fine enough. So
Huh.
it, and I just want them to shut the fuck up. It's not that I want them to stop doing what they're doing or whatever. It's not my business. But like, you don't have to be loud and obnoxious most of the fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
it. That's it. It's very simple.
I understand.
I just feel bad because like I'm growing to really hate them
Mm-hmm.
because they're such bad neighbors.
Yeah, yeah,
And they're
get it.
friendly, affable people. But they are dog shit neighbors, and it really pisses me off because it's like I can't. What do I say? Do I say like, could you guys like cut down on how loud the drug dealing is?
You could say that. They'd probably be uncomfortable it's so incredibly clear that that's what's happening.
It's so clear. I watched somebody walk up to a bedroom window and then do a drug exchange at their house.
Wow.
It's so clear. The cops have come there and for I don't know why, and like knocked on the door and asked them questions. And it's like, well, I guess, but nope, nothing ever happens. So at least I will say it's better than it was because there was a time when the kid who is dealing the drugs there was riding a dirt bike up and down the neighborhood all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
The worst part about that is I don't know why he stopped because he accidentally smashed into my neighbor's car and had to go to the emergency room. And then 2 weeks later, he was just doing it again, going up and down the street on a dirt bike.
Hmm.
I live in like a neighborhood. I don't live in like a place where you dirt bike. Like there's sidewalks and little yards. Like you wouldn't dirt bike in your neighborhood. You know, it's not appropriate.
Yeah, but Philly
There's
has a
not enough
dirt bike
dirt
problem.
is the problem. It's a
Yeah,
dirt bike.
Philly has like a dirt bike problem.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like a really bad one.
What problems does Philly not have?
Snowmobile problem.
I needed that. That just brought me back to being calm and happy. Thank you
Good,
for that.
good. But
I needed that.
I'm glad. But yeah, dirt bike problem, like really, really bad. And I don't know if cops are still doing it, but they wouldn't try to catch them because it was too dangerous.
Oh, it's definitely dangerous.
So, but yeah, huge problem.
Anyway, now that I've been a total grouch, I will. So I want to let everybody know we will not be live streaming next week because I will be out of town.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be no live stream on Wednesday. Ed Gomez just popped in and said, "Not the right kind of dirt for those shenanigans." Yeah, I like Ed.
Yeah.
Ed's cool. Ed posts good memes.
He does.
But we will be back the following Wednesday. I'm pretty sure, probably, most likely. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So you said you wanted. I earlier today you called me and you said you wanted the last 20 minutes of the show to talk about something really important.
No, I didn't. That
I'm
was a couple weeks ago, and I forgot what it is now.
all right. You get away with it this time. David Denoyer said, I can imagine the live stream from the cabin. There's no internet there. I'd have to live stream from my phone, and I would most certainly be insane by then. So, but that's also Wednesday's one of the like vacation days while I'm there. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take some time off.
Yeah,
So,
don't do this on the day off.
hey, you know what? I got no comeback, but I think we're gonna get out of here for today. Let's check on the doggo cam real quick. Aw, look at the baby.
That's cute.
Why don't you want him to come to your house? He's so
Because
cute.
because he will kill Gigs.
He will not kill Gigs. Look at him.
You know, you can't tell me about how like he's so murderous and you think he'll kill animals and then be like, he should come to your house and see your poor lame cat.
Okay, first of all, Gigs is not lame. Gigs has a little bit of arthritis. Gigs is fine.
And no face. And she's all sad and small and
Gigs
that
isn't
thing,
sad. Gigs is like one of the happiest cats I know.
you don't know that. I mean,
Ah.
she's looking at me while I'm talking about this and it's making me uncomfortable.
Good. I'm just saying, I think that Chicano, he's been around cats for long periods and never hurt anyone. I think he likes cats is what it is. I think he
No.
wants to like spend time with them.
No, he doesn't. No. Oh, he's waking up or something. Or it's his ears doing something.
Oh, he's a baby.
Yeah.
Well, we'll work on this because you need to let me bring Chicano and
No.
Henwolf over.
Nope,
So.
they can't come over. They can come over, but they have to stay in the shed. And not even outside, just in the shed.
They're indoor dogs. They need to stay
the
inside the
shed.
house.
The basement?
Nah, it's got to be carpet. They have little pawsies.
I don't have carpet anymore. I ripped it all up.
No, you didn't.
I might have.
I would remember if you had ripped up all your carpet.
I just ripped it up right now, so.
Uh-huh. Well, okay, let's just agree to disagree and say tentatively 6 weeks I'll come over with the dogs. Sound like a plan?
No.
Okay, sounds like a plan to me too. Well, thank you for hanging out with me, Michelle. And thank you everybody who hung out for the little live stream. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
This week we didn't bully anybody, so I'm sorry.
Yay.
So you guys take care and we'll talk later.